This video is brought to you by Hobbs & Shaw. Own it with over 80 minutes of bonus content, including an alternate opening and deleted scenes on digital October 15th, on Blu-ray and 4K Ultra HD November 5th.
It came.
Better late than never.
Looks like just in the nick of time.
Welcome to WatchMojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 Save the World at the Last Minute movies. For this list, we're looking at films in which Earth is saved from destruction at the 11th hour, with points given for suspense, improvisation, and just how fun and completely over the top the scenarios involved are.
I do.
I do not.
Since these moments are from the endings of the films in question, here is a big fat spoiler alert.
Go Flash!
Number 10, Doctor Strange.
Why are you doing this to me?
To show you just how much you don't know.
Some villains you just can't defeat by blowing up. Sometimes you've got to outthink them. The egotistical Dr. Stephen Strange just wants to fix his hands and get back to being a badass surgeon. But he's drawn into a battle between Earth's protectors and the interdimensional god tyrant Dormammu, who wishes to add Earth to his dominion, the Dark Dimension.
The Dark Dimension. Dormammu is coming.
Prepared to bend the rules of natural law a little to protect Earth, Strange uses the mystical eye of Agamotto to create an infinite time loop in which Dormammu kills him over and over again, forcing Dormammu to surrender, i.e. rage quit. Earth 1, Dark Dimension 0.
Set me free!
No, I've come to bargain.
Number 9, The Core.
This engine has stalled. The core of the Earth has stopped spinning.
Human experimentation has stopped the Earth's core, and radiation and superstorms ravage the surface. But there's hope. A team's been sent down into the Earth to jumpstart the core by blowing it up.
So we seed them through the core at locations that have to be accurate to the inch. We detonate them in a sequence that has to be accurate to the millisecond. Then we outrun the biggest nuclear shockwave in history.
Seems reasonable. Unfortunately, there's also a hitch. The core is different than previously estimated, so they need to improvise. By contrast, the new plan makes the old one look rock solid. But thanks to quick thinking, self-sacrifice, and a gleeful disregard for realism, the courageous crew succeeds. And our good-looking male and female leads even make it back in one piece, with the help of some passing whales.
It's whales! It's whales! Hey! General! Dick! It's whales!
Number 8, Ghostbusters.
There's something very important I forgot to tell you.
Never cross the streams. It's a good rule in most situations, but when it comes to confronting a shape-shifting chaos god hell-bent on ending the world, well, there are apparently exceptions to every rule. In the midst of a supernatural disaster, as the dead run amok in New York City, the evil deity Gozer the Gozerian unleashes its fluffy, delicious, but extremely hostile super minion, the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man. And the Ghostbusters are forced to do the one thing they thought they were never supposed to. Thankfully, this risky maneuver pays off, and the might of their combined streams destroys both the portal and Gozer's puffy but deadly Destructor.
Well, there's something you don't see every day.
Number 7, Star Trek. Well, it isn't the first time the crew of the USS Enterprise have saved the human homeworld. This time, instead of using whale song to save the day,
Can't sleep without my whale songs.
Kirk, Spock, and the other crew members take a more hands-on approach.
You can't even speak. What?
I got your gun.
In a desperate bid to stop the vengeful Nero from turning Earth into a black hole, Spock attempts to crash into Nero's ship, but faces a barrage of, well, everything.
Fire everything!
It's at the perfect moment the USS Enterprise arrives on the scene to assist him, leaving an unrepentant Nero to go down with his ship. Number 6, Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2. It should come as a surprise to no one that more than one MCU film made this list. Saving the world at the last minute is standard superhero fare. In this 15th installment of the Marvel Cinematic Universe, we meet Ego, a celestial who seems at first like the ultimate cool estranged dad.
And who the hell are you? I figured my rugged good looks would make that obvious. My name is Ego. And I'm your dad, Peter.
He's got the beard, the awesome digs, great taste in music, and the godlike powers of an ancient cosmic being. Unfortunately, he also wants to use Peter to terraform Earth and thousands of other worlds into more of himself.
The expansion, reason for my very existence would be over, so I did what I had to do. But it broke my heart to put that tumor in her head. What?
As the Guardians fight off a fleet of drones and an entire planet, it all comes down to Baby Groot and one red button. Number 5. Sunshine. When something stops working, nuke it.
We don't have a 10,000-degree climate, so what's the actual damage? We don't know.
Like in The Core, the crew of Icarus 2 in Danny Boyle's Sunshine hopes to use a nuclear bomb to jumpstart a natural process. But this time, it's our dying sun. Things go from bad to worse after the deranged Captain Pinbacker of Icarus 1 sneaks on board and sabotages the mission. In a last-ditch effort, surviving crew member Kappa rides the payload down towards the sun, where he finds crewmate Cassie.
Detonation beyond all imagining. A big bang on a small scale. A new star born out of a dying world.
And the murderous Pinbacker. Just as the payload tumbles into the fiery maelstrom, Kappa hits the manual controls, igniting the bomb. Geez, it doesn't get much closer than this. Number 4. Avengers Endgame.
I thought by eliminating half of life, the other half would thrive. But you've shown me that's impossible.
After 21 films building up to a post-apocalyptic world where 50% of all life has been snapped dead, the Avengers, or what's left of them, must figure out a way to protect the survivors and undo what Thanos did.
We lost friends. We lost family. We lost a part of ourselves.
With the help of a post-quantum realm Scott Lang, Steve Rogers and Natasha Romanoff recruit the remaining Avengers to go back into the past to recover the Infinity Stones. After reuniting in the present and bringing back the other 50%, the Avengers assemble in the most epic way possible.
Avengers!
Assemble.
With a Mjolnir-wielding Captain America, Captain Marvel's return to Earth, and Wakanda and Asgard's armies coming together. A couple of major sacrifices later, the supervillain is finally disintegrated, and Earth, as well as the rest of the universe, is now safe. Number 3. Independence Day. Aliens are poised to destroy Earth, when a combined computer virus and kamikaze-style attacks save the day.
There's no shame in hiding. Oh, I better call my mother.
Up to this point, the invading extraterrestrials clearly had the upper hand. Their saucers are shielded, but pilot Stephen Hiller and technician David Levinson managed to upload a virus into the mothership, and a nuclear weapon to boot.
Once again, the LAPD is asking Los Angelinos not to fire their guns at the visitor spacecraft. You may inadvertently trigger an interstellar war.
As one of the saucers prepares to fire, and with his last missile jammed, unlikely hero Russell Case, perfectly played by Randy Quaid, rams his plane right up the alien ship's probable part.
All right, you alien assholes! In the words of my generation, up yours!
It's the ultimate redemption for an alcoholic whose tale of alien abduction was once ridiculed, and it's replete with enough cheesy one-liners for 2 blockbusters.
We did it! The son of a bitch did it!
All right!
Number 2. The Fifth Element.
Send out a probe.
As a giant black ball of evil hurtles towards Earth, a single match and a distraught supreme being are all that's left between the world and total annihilation. minutes away from catastrophe. The good guys manage to activate the elemental stones that power Earth's secret weapon against the ultimate incarnation of evil.
Now, please, go to the dealer, collect the stones, and meet me at the temple.
But the disillusioned Lilu, the supreme being who can unleash its power, has seen too much of human violence and has lost the will to fight. Time is out. But at the absolute last second, Lilo learns something new about being human that restores her faith. Before we unveil our number one pick, here are some honorable mentions.
We watched as the bombs shattered the second comet into a million pieces of ice and rock that burned harmlessly in our atmosphere and lit up the sky for an hour. Still, we were left with the devastation of the first.
Need to ease up out my face for something bad happened to you. Too late.
The reactors are destroyed. Glad you made it, Voltan. Better late than never!
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications. Number 1. Armageddon. With fragments of an asteroid already smashing into Earth, a hastily thrown together team rushes to blow it up.
Here's what we're gonna do. I want every strategy we've got on near-Earth object collision, okay? Any ideas, any programs, anything you've sketched on a pizza box or a cocktail napkin?
Seems to be a theme here. When their drill hits a gas pocket, the world seems lost, until backup arrives in the nick of time. But the suspense just keeps escalating. Damage to the triggering device means someone will have to stay behind to hit the button.
Good job.
Taking the place of his future son-in-law, Harry Stamper makes the ultimate sacrifice. Did training oil drillers as astronauts instead of training astronauts to drill holes make sense? Maybe not. But the result is arguably more fun, more world-threatening, and came with big explosions.
We win, Tracy!
Press it.
This video is brought to you by Hobbs & Shaw. Own it with over 80 minutes of bonus content, including an alternate opening and deleted scenes on digital October 15th, on Blu-ray and 4K Ultra HD November 5th.